Times of Divine. This is Bree India and 808 Tavern. This is season 2 of the 808 Tavern season, and we are doing the I Am Who segment, partnered with a new creator out of the DMV as well. We're all about bringing in cohesiveness to the DMV, as well as expanding across the nation of the USA. And we can one day take this worldwide, but for now, we're starting it off at the home ground of the 808 Tavern. And today's creator with me is
9ytTRAIN.
I appreciate you coming out. The I Am Who segment is going to be broken down in 3 different parts. We're going to start off with the I Am Who, which is all about you. So let's get it going. The I Am Who are you? Start off by telling me, like, using a word of who you are in the room. Like, you know, I like to say I'm ambitious, I'm bodacious, I'm resilient. What is your thing? You know, some people say they're the boss. So whatever you feel you are, descriptive of who you are. And also give us like a quote, motto, mantra that you go by.
Well, for me personally, I would say that I'm genuine, relaxed, laid back, funny, annoying too. I'm gonna say that as well. A little annoying.
Which one of those are your highlight words that represents you as a person?
Genuine.
Genuine, okay. And that's a good thing to be. That shows that you play a role in your authenticity on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And we talk about self journeys a lot, which is the flow. 808 Tavern goes where I go, but self journeys is the flow of whoever I interact with, not only myself. So you just gave a pillar, self authenticity. So that's a big deal when it comes to just who you are and representative of where you go and how you carry yourself. Okay, give me a mantra.
The one I live by is, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
Okay, and that's a good. I was wondering if you went by something,
Yeah.
if, because some people, have a different belief, but I understand your system now. So now that I know that you carry yourself in that way, when it comes to your influences, do you have any, I want you to name a prominent or celebrity influence, but also somebody from your life growing that like contributed to your life, whether it be a community of people, or it can be starting with yourself and how you motivated yourself to be an influence to your own self. Pay homage to the people that you feel as though you learn from to become the creator that you are. Like I say, my parents, but I also have my prominent figures too that I look up to. So you can throw out there.
Really, I would just say my big sis and my big brother, Nick and Pep. Like, we're not related, but those are pretty much my biggest influence. They really had a huge impact on my life, like a major impact on my life.
Okay. And shouts out to the king and queen that you paid respects to. So when it comes to your motivation, then outside of yourself, how they poured into you, I want to know. But I also want to know, like, your self-driven motivations. So, like, how do you motivate yourself? You have a daily regimen, that keeps you going. Because the more you are as a creator, the more you evolve, the more you're going to be challenged with, the more type of things going, try to penetrate your space. So how do you keep your space and keep yourself grounded?
Really, because I'm a young father, I'm 23. I have a son, his name Aiden. He's 4, about to be 5 this year. So pretty much, I want to be able to, take care of him because I didn't grow up the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really have everything. So pretty much, I just want to give him everything I didn't have and make sure his life is easier. So you don't have to go through the trials and tribulations that I went through.
Okay, so you put your mind in motion. Yeah. That's good. Shouts out to the young king. So as he's growing, you're going to be having to, find ways to continue to pour into yourself. So I'm going to redirect that question and still ask you on a daily basis what you do just for yourself. How do you keep yourself in check, because as the man who, at the end of the day, your child is still going to have to learn and grow from what you do and how you represent yourself, and also how you take care of yourself. And, I really push self-care, not just for women, but for men too, because a lot of men, have a lot of self-neglect. Not forced, but it just happens because you take on so many responsibilities. And then you kind of lose sight of the fact that you deserve to have the love that you can give poured back into you by you yourself, So what do you do? Or if you haven't done things like that, what are some things that you probably plan on incorporating into your lifestyle to keep yourself more in tune with the self-care element and stuff like that?
Pretty much just making music. I mean, I already make music now, but pretty much that's like my motivation for real, because I'm actually able to express myself and actually like relax and actually enjoy doing what I love to do.
Is that like one of your therapy? Like, how like music is like therapy for people? Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my outlets. I used to play basketball. That was one of my other outlets. So I do work out, go to the gym, and play ball or whatever.
Okay, so you still can have some stuff where it's to you and all right, yeah. Because as you grow, sometimes you feel like you're giving your gift so much that you don't have enough time to put it back into yourself. So that's good that you do that. All right, now I'm gonna ask you a question about on a grander scale, right? When it comes to the DMV, like I said, I'm all about promoting cohesiveness and finding ways for us to, because I want to see it more like friendly competition, make it more fun to where as though if we have events, we don't gotta worry about who head is on the, you know, who head is next. We trying to have it be an environment where as the children grow and are able to do music and the arts, they can have an environment where it's a safe space. I mean, not all spaces will be that way, but I'm trying to influence and encourage that. And I want to see competitions and things where it's fun, you know, for us all, right? So in the element of that, what are some things, it can be just one thing. So like out of the DMV, like what have you seen that could be done to bring more, to bring us up, to bring us together? Because, you know, I feel like when we come together, it'll be more of something to represent us, you know. We get taken from a lot because of the fact that we all over the place in our own space, you know. So if we have more cohesiveness, this is my point of view. If we have more cohesiveness and more camaraderie, we could do more as like, if there's regional based competitions and record label based competitions, like it's like people in this area gotta kind of open their mind a little bit. That's my POV. Now, I want you to kind of just give, like I said, one or however you think is your POV.
I'm from Washington, D.C. That's first. I'm from North D. I agree with what you said. I just think everybody should just start worrying about the wrong things because people mind be like everywhere. They worry about either beefing or who got the most money instead of like actually trying to work together to actually get the money that the people that they're talking about that has money, they can actually be in that position. That's how I feel. As far as competition goes, yeah, I love going to like shows where it's like showcases where people got to compete for like prizes and everything like that because you get to see different talent and different people that you actually work with and network with. And that's the biggest thing because P. Diddy said it himself, is we hate on each other so much we don't even network with each other to even make our fan base grow. Where we have so much potential, but
before we get into the I am who are you, what do you do? I want you to name a challenge. It doesn't have to be anything too personal. It's up to you. You know, some people have overcame their particular specific traumas that they want people to hear that story because they see the benefit of pouring into other people to uplift other people. So whatever type of like challenge you can mention in your journey so far as a creator of your element, like you can name a challenge from your personal life or from the career itself, right? And how you overcame that and what you know, like where you are today with it, like how it shifted your mindset or what impact did it make on you, good and bad?
As far as career-wise, I would just say just going to these like certain showcases to like these promoters that say you can perform and everything like that, like to help network with everybody, but don't let the artists perform. And they always want some money. They don't tell people straight up. They like to beat around the bush and try to finesse you out some money. And me personally, I don't like that.
So they get you to the show and then y'all don't get...
Yeah, you bring in people out to their event so they can make money. They're not even worried about that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Doing the opposite of pouring back into. They just got you out there.
Pretty much.
That's crazy. You listen to that because that needs to be changed. I've actually had a couple of DJs come on the show and say that what they're doing, like coalitions, DJs, they was saying like, you know, at the end of the day, they're promoting having the artists have a voice and actually be able to do what they came for. Because they've mentioned that being an issue. Giving y'all the short end of the stick.
Pretty much, yeah. Shout out to DJ Ginger too with DJ Coalitions.
Yeah, I just had DJ Ginger, so she's also on season 2. So she was in here last week. Okay. So yeah, definitely just bringing, like I said, that cohesiveness. She's a good DJ. She's somebody who actually spoke on that issue. So that's what it's about, like the teamwork, coming together as the industry, and then bringing in the people, you know.
That's why I fuck with DJ Ginger.
Yeah, because she's on that tip already.
She's already on that tip, and if she likes your music, she's going to tell you, she's going to be honest with you, and she's really like going to help you put you in positions to be better and also grow your fan base. Yep,
and she's going to use her skills to tell you the truth about what she heard, which is important. So that's how I get into the queen. And don't leave us yet talking about she going to move But anyway, yeah. Before we okay, so that was a challenge that you feel like you overcame. Like you're used to that now, but you don't want to be used to it. Like that's a change you want to see.
Yeah, that's really a challenge because I went out of town. Like I be going state to state. I be going to North Carolina, Atlanta, Philly, New York. Like I be traveling a lot, doing these showcases. Just to get my name out there. It was one time in Atlanta, and that was just bad because I'm supposed to be like one of the headliners, and they made it sound so good, and then that kind of like made me like think like, damn, am I really in the right field right now? Am I in the right profession? Like I make good music, but am I really in the right profession?
Why did you feel like that? What did they do? They did the same thing that you were just mentioning, like where they called you to come down there and then they played games.
Yeah, and like I didn't perform, and like I don't know. It fucks your mental a lot. It messes with your
It does, and it challenges you. So yeah, I see what you mean. It challenges you to stay in that and keep going. And a running thing that we've been talking about on season 2 is it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, and keep going. That's what everybody's been mentioning. And so, what do you think about that? Like, what would you say to other like peers and artists or creators in the same field as you, like to uplift them in the ways that you've grown to uplift yourself through constantly going through that type of thing? Like any type of good word that you would give to the next man?
I would just say, just do your research before you send any money to anybody, or if like you even decide to go in and make sure that person legit. Call around. Hey, don't be afraid to DM anybody asking for help. Like, have you seen this before? Do you know who this person is?
Right. Okay.
Well, you gotta communicate.
Yeah, and study, I guess, the people and places you're signing up with. Okay. Yeah, it's not an easy route though, and then just in general, a lot of times we don't realize it's a lot more given than we're receiving. At this time of growth. So.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything about your I am who and who are you. Before we go into the work life, like what you do, tell me a little bit about your work life balance and your personal life balance. And then we'll use that to kind of like transition into the what do you do.
I feel like I don't have no personal life right now.
Okay.
I'm still young. I'm hungry, so I'm trying to make.
And this must be a good balance with your son, so that you're able to maintain and manage your family life with your personal life.
Yeah, I try to. That's the main thing. For me, everything's just business. From as far as my son, whenever I get a chance to go take him out or anything like that, I'm doing it. Like as soon as I got a break, but at the moment I gotta do what I gotta do so I can do what I want to do.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, you gotta make the ends so that you can give him the world. So now let's do the I am who are you, what do you do? This is where we get into the meat and the core of everything that you do on a day-to-day basis. What is your day-to-day like? Investing into your craft and investing into your time. As an artist, like it's like an entrepreneur. But I want you to be the one to mention your name. You can give your real name and your creator name, or just give your stage name and let us know how that came about, and give us specifically what your primary creative position is. Like I said, there's different types of creators in the arts. Okay. So be specific on what your primary thing is and the other elements that play a part in it. Because I know as an artist, you might be the writer, you might be a melody person, you might know how to make beats, so tell us about you.
So I go by the name of 9ytTRAIN. That's 9ytTRAIN. Originally, it was supposed to spell the regular way, NIGHTTRAIN, but I almost got sued. So. Oh gosh. Yeah. But
trials and tribulations.
I got that name from actually when I was playing football when I was like in 7th grade. I was playing for Lamar Steelers. My coach, I didn't know how to tackle people at all. I just knew how to catch the ball and run.
Oh, that's lit.
But on defense, I was just like clotheslining, choke slamming people, all that stuff. So my coach, Rob, he called me 9ytTRAIN. That's where I got it from.
Okay.
But I do R&B or hip harmonic rap. I do sap.
Okay.
That's my own genre, sap, harmonic rap.
Making genres out here.
Of course, got to. I'm just trying to be different. I would really just say my group for real, fully loaded. I don't write my music. I freestyle everything.
Okay.
I feel like when it comes to freestyling, I can just speak from the heart instead of just writing everything down and then like just repeating the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
That's just for me. But yeah, really just fully loaded. They help me motivate me because it's different artists and they have different styles, and that helps me change my style up or just give me a different point of view.
Okay.
With my music, yeah.
Okay, you said your primary is Being an artist.
Being an artist, yeah.
Okay, and you do the writing. So when it comes to like, how do you get in your element? Like, do you, you know, like some people like to chief, you know, some people like to drink a little bit, some people like to.
We do both.
Y'all bring it all in there. That's
yeah,
good.
Bring it all in. Cause that's when you being the most. I feel like that's when you're being the most creative because your mind is moving.
Okay.
Alright. I know people say smoking is bad and anything like that, but for me, I feel like that drink. Yeah,
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
What you smoking?
Yeah, they probably smoking that bullshit.
Stop putting fentanyl in the weed. Anyway.
But yeah, I do both. We do both in the studio, and shoot, we just play beats. You know, we just
Getting our creative space as a
yeah,
unit. Okay.
keep vibing out.
And you mentioned you had a band, sort of like a band type of situation, or is it just like y'all all are creative in y'all own elements
We
together?
Yeah, we're all independent artists. We're all together as a group, but we're like all independent artists.
Got you. Okay.
Like Wu-Tang, in a way.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, shouts out to Wu-Tang, you know, because that's a good way to be.
Yeah,
They all had their own individuality, but they still work good together too. So y'all can do a lot of stuff together still.
Yeah, like I'm the level boy in the group, the singing guy. My man Remy, he's more like the trap guy, but he can switch it up. He showed me that he can switch
How many of y'all is it?
It's 7.
Okay.
7 of us. It's me, 9ytTRAIN, FLG Remy, Cheyenne Ray, Simone J, Infinity Zai, G Money Gambino, and Mellow Fully Loaded.
Okay. And shouts out to the full gang. Hopefully I can get, you know, one or all of you on the show with me. Have you been able to successfully do a performance yet? And what was your first performance like?
Oh yeah, of course. Me independently or with the group?
Either one. Whichever one was more like explosive for you.
More explosive.
As far as the first one.
As far as the first one,
Mm-hmm.
I would say doing it by myself because I had to get out of my comfort zone because I don't like performing in front of people.
Okay.
I don't like it at all. I'm nervous and shit.
So tell me about that one. Where was it? What was it like? That first time by yourself performing?
I think when I was in high school, like when I was at Coolidge, I saw I believe like in Fly in Front at like Homecoming. And I started singing that joint,
Good
right?
song.
Yeah, it helped me win too. It helped me win the homecoming court. I won homecoming Duke. That I don't know. I was nervous. I was scared as hell.
But you obviously did good if you won.
Oh yeah. I definitely did good, but
You just had a breaking show.
yeah. And then after that, I just started building my confidence more to start doing more performances. And then when I started really making music, that crowd was different. Because at school, everybody can support you, and they will support you at school.
Facts. Plus, they know of you at least a little bit, but
Right.
Yeah, but just performing in front of like people you don't know, you gotta hope they like your music. But you gotta come to like a certain point where you gotta be like, I don't care if they like my music or not. I'm still gonna pop my shit regardless.
that area where you know you're number one supporter in that room.
Yeah, because people not gonna like your music. Everybody's not gonna like your music, but it's gonna be that one person that likes your music, or maybe everybody likes your music.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know. You just gotta be more confident in yourself.
Cool. So it sounds like you reached a place today where you different. Like you know yourself on the stage.
Yeah.
That took a walk though, but you got there. That's cool. I mean, and that's a good tip for the next artist, just because you didn't give up. You still believed in yourself and you still achieved the goal. You knew you had the talent. You just had to break whatever issue was hindering you to believe in your mind. That it was gonna be crazy. I understand though. I completely understand. And I try to, do that same thing for myself. Shake out of my nervousness. So now, would you say you have any like nerve issues when you do this, or like you get to the point where you're like, all right, I do this like regularly, so I have no reason to think about the nerves as much as all the other issues that come with.
I'm still nervous.
Oh, really?
I'm still nervous, like to this day, because it's like, dang, like, because one day I will be like at Rolling Loud one day, like I'm gonna be doing all the big shows, because it's already coming in motion. I've been on tour already and all that.
Congratulations.
Everything's like really just coming together now. So once I hit that big stage, like that's a different ball game.
Yeah.
I just gotta get.
Can't wait to see you there, and y'all will be able to say, yeah, he was on 9ytTRAIN Tavern today, okay? But yeah, so, and I better get, like some type of ticket or something.
Of course.
Bird call, hey, come through.
Backstage passes.
All right, bet. We pulling up, cameras. But yeah, so for real, like I like the flow of where you going with your craft. Like it's cool. So do you have, because the season will be coming out like in the summertime, so do you have any events, like reoccurring events that you go to, or that, like, I know you said you work with DJ Ginger, so anything that she puts out, we know that you probably will be tapped in. So are there any other like events or foundations that you work with, or any type of like reoccurring things that you do, or anything coming out that we don't know about that you want us to know about? You mentioned Rolling Loud and be a part of what you're gonna be doing. So 2024.
Yeah, yes sir.
But you know what you want to share and what you don't want to share.
I can't share that.
So ultimately, what do you have that you can tell us about as far as anything that you do now? Like, do you do anything online that we can tap into, and anything that you put out already? How can we tap into that and hear what you already have, like what music you have?
All right, so you can follow me on Apple Music. I have 2 tags because I have to change my name. All right, so I have 2 tags. You can listen to my music on all platforms at 9ytTRAIN, 9ytTRAIN. My new single is actually called One Eye. It's actually out, just dropped probably like a month or 2 ago. So artist name is 9ytTRAIN, 9ytTRAIN, and the song is called One Eye, ONEEYE. But I do got another track that's coming out late March. It's called By Surprise. You guys already got a sneak peek. You can go on my Instagram at 9ytTRAIN, and you can just see it right there.
And that's how they can also reach you to book you. Like, if they wanted to, if somebody wants you at an event or anything, they can just DM you, or do you have an email? Like, what's your preference as far as people contacting you?
When you got to contact me, you got to talk to my manager, Tony. Go to my Instagram page and just go to the contact box, and you'll see an email right there, and you'll see his phone number. You can text him right there.
All right, cool. I appreciate you sharing that information. Before we get to the reverse the host part, is there any more that you want to share with us about you as a creator and your mentality that you want to give? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's personal to who you are. We're going to learn more about you as an artist through your music in the first place. But is there anything, like I said, that you would like to share?
I would give some advice to everybody, though. Just be true to yourself and just be confident in yourself, because you're your biggest supporter.
Okay, I appreciate that. And I do like to ask too, like, what would you pour into the next, like a younger child like self? But you have a son, so you already, I know, pour a lot of magic into your child.
Yeah,
speak to another young black, man about like things that you think that they could and couldn't do. And then speaking on your city, things that you like, a pro and a con growing up that you was a takeaway from your city.
I would say a pro is like whenever we came together. As DC came together, like Uptown, all of Uptown came together, like, some of North East came together. Like, it was special,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to like enjoy life and just live.
Mm-hmm.
That I would say a pro is, but a con is like when we're divided. We don't care about nothing. We don't care about nothing for real.
Okay. So you learn from those experiences.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you sharing that, and that still ties back into what I was saying. We just gotta grow to learn how to have more camaraderie and more cohesiveness. And it's gonna take time. Everybody not gonna be friends, but we can do it where we have a time where we know how to separate personal stuff from business, like to enjoy business pleasures. But now we're gonna get into this part where I take off my host hat and I give you the floor to ask me 1 to 3 questions of your own and whatever you want. So,
all right. First question is, what made you come away to 9ytTRAIN?
It started off with me getting into music, but also I had a spouse. I was married to somebody that did music, and then I always wanted to help him get to a certain point. But he liked to help himself. He was an independent artist, so ultimately I had to kind of step back a little bit and just find my comfort in what I could do to help other artists in general, because I realized that was something that I like to do.
Okay.
And I started off thinking of the concept by traveling. I traveled the whole USA, and I got in contact with different people of different creative aspects throughout the country. So I had about it was on season 1. It's 19 different people I met in the DMV area, but also different states that people had time. They sat down with me, but it was more sporadic. I hit them that day, and I'm like, I'm driving through your state, you free? And these people were they was grinding, doing what they did on a regular basis. So that gave me more passion to want to do it, and then bring it back home to be able to see more of that here. Because I was just realizing at home we don't have a lot of. There are interviewers, but there's not a lot of that going on actively right now. I think the pandemic just shook up a lot of like
Yeah.
things that may have been in motion. So, you know, things are growing, but my whole point was to do it in a way where I could be able to get sponsors to one day provide for the people that I meet that are creators, you know. So ultimately, I know and understand money is always the thing that hinders us sometimes from doing what we love without being distracted or having to do something else to do it. So that's my thing. I'm trying to build a foundation that allows me to receive, you know, sponsorship and a creative way to give to creators.
Okay.
You know, so that's where that came from.
Yeah, and I appreciate you reaching out too. So, but you did say you was an artist, right?
Yeah.
So speak more into that. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, that's Brie India is really the conglomerate of Self Journeys, 9ytTRAIN Tavern, Dream Body Cafe, Dream Cafe. Those are all the elements of mindfulness, medicine, and music art. And Brie India is the overhead of that because that's something that I started with, is my writing first. As an artist, my thing was writing. That's my primary niche. And then I've been, you know, elevating myself into singing. I love singing, but ultimately I've been taking courses for it to sound more, you know, to learn about the actual, like, terminology and the book smart version of singing. Like, I'm just out the children's church choir singing with type situation, you know?
Trying to find the keys in there.
Yeah, so I'm trying to take it more serious and advance myself. Have somebody that has an ear and can tell me like, okay, yeah. You know, but that's just that. But ultimately, being an artist, for me, I love the vision part of it. I love putting together visuals and that's something I want to do too, is work with other artists on, like, you know, just tapping into their direction for their videos or whatever I can do to pour in.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. The last one. So I can get a feature?
Oh, yeah. I would love to.
All right.
Yeah, say less.
Yeah,
And we can write it together too, you know? So yeah, we can make time to do it.
Yeah, I got you.
Y'all just seen a whole little, you know, this is a whole situation right now, okay? Just listen, tune in, make sure y'all follow this artist right here, this creator. Make sure y'all tap into everything he has going on and coming up. Tap into his song.
By Surprise is coming out late March, but One Eye is out on all platforms. Once again, you can see me on all streaming platforms at 9ytTRAIN. It's not 9ytTRAIN, it's 9ytTRAIN, okay?
Thank you so much again for having me and for coming out here. And also, I just want to be able to represent, he brought his guests today, so we're going to let them come in and just say a little thing, you know, they want to say. We like to have everybody give a word. So y'all willing to come and give a word?
Hi, y'all. I'm FLG Remy, like 9ytTRAIN told you. You know, I'm an artist as well, trying to find my way, just like him. Like, we all are at the end of the day, you know. But a lot of what he said is how I am too, you know. Just trying to make a way for my family, you know what I'm saying, for myself. Just like anybody else, you know, who want a better life, you know what I'm saying? Like how you said earlier, I know it's like one thing like that we have in the DMV, it's a lot of talent, number one. But it's just what sets people back. It's just my input. It's just like I feel like people stand in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Like I know so many talented people. You know what I'm saying? Like they stand in their own way, and it's just like a lot of people don't realize a lot of things don't get accomplished because they stand in their own way, and then they want to point the finger at everybody else and blame everybody else for. So
what do you think what's the word for the people that do that? How can they do better? What you think? What's the solution?
I just say to stay true to yourself. Like just be honest as much as possible. Like you can't. Like I try to tell him, like I can't lie to him. I don't lie to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't lie to yourself. Won't lie to others. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just try to be myself as much as possible. Like when I realized cause I could admit, you know what I'm saying? A part of my life I was a father. You know what I'm saying? But when I realized being myself gets me so much further than being a father, I cut all that out. You know what I'm saying? I stopped standing in my way. Right? I had to go through my process and stop standing in my way, and a lot of doors open for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's what people should do. Just like get out of their way. Like a lot, if you get out of your way, a lot. As far as confidence wise too, like. That's a big thing with people. Like a lot of people don't have confidence to make that first step. The first step is always the hardest step. But once you make it, we'll be on the road. But I feel like I said, we come together, like y'all been saying the whole time. The DMV would be so great. So we'll get so much recognition. Like
I
if we
appreciate
just
you
come to the
sharing
show.
that. And thank you for coming and sitting in real quick.
Sure.
And we got one more guest to end out the show.
How y'all doing? I'm Money Gambino from Northwest. My artist, I'm gonna become an artist myself. And like it's been mentioned before, y'all on the same journey.
Okay. So just like you just feel the same way as far as your word to give. I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all coming to share, you know. Y'all came out here to support the headliner that we had on here. We're gonna bring our creator back and rev it all the way up. All right, so yeah, I appreciate you sharing your your group with you, bringing them here, and shouts out to them for being supporters, you know, keeping them along. So we about to close on out. And is there any more last words? Because sometimes we go home and we forgot to say that one thing.
Just pretty much, yeah, just look, DM me on Instagram if you want to work. Like, features are free right now. I'm doing free features until May. All right, I've been doing free features since like February, because you know it's Black History Month. But I'm gonna hold it on. I'm gonna keep doing it till May. So look, if you want to switch it up, like do R&B, I can switch it up too. I do up tempo, New York drill beats, and all that stuff too. So if you want to work, let's work. Just tap in. Don't be afraid. Like I said, I'm a genuine guy. Let's work.
I'm excited, and I'm excited too for the opportunity. Let's tap in. Thank y'all all for tuning in for this season 2 episode. And this is Bree India and my artist.
9ytTRAIN.
All right, it's G Self Unity, Peace, Love, and Truth. All love.
I lied so many times that I believe my answers. I ain't know I told you lies, man, I can take them back. Caught in my fucking ways, caught in my fucking ways.
Left, right, okay. She hop on my